Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a recap of the first trimester of my pregnancy with baby number 2. I am currently 15 weeks pregnant, so I'm going to kind of talk about my pregnancy from the time we found out until the end of my 14th week. I didn't do weekly videos, obviously, this time around. I didn't even really do weekly videos with Olivia, but I did more than just, per trimester. I didn't do weekly videos because I don't have the time. I rarely get time to just sit down and film a video like this. So like I said, I'm now 15 weeks pregnant. I'm just coming out of the first trimester, just coming out of the exhaustion and the nausea and all the stuff that I'm going to talk about with you guys today. And I'm really, really happy to be just done with the feeling crappy part. We found out that I was pregnant. I was already, I think, almost 5 weeks. I was like 4 weeks and like 5 days or something like that. And so when we found out I was pregnant, I felt like I was pregnant before I even took a pregnancy test. And I just kind of felt a little bit like just kind of off. Like I know my body pretty well and I know when things are kind of feeling weird. So I was feeling a little bit like nauseous already, but it didn't really kick in until I want to say around 6 or 7 weeks is when the nausea like really hit me hard. And it was definitely not just in the morning, it was all day. And it seemed to get worse around meal times. So it was bad before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner. But there was an okay period of time that was like probably about 30 minutes after I ate, from 30 minutes after I ate until about an hour or two from then. So the time where I wasn't just completely stuffed with food, but my body was just kind of digesting, and like I feel like maybe my blood sugar was just more level and I wasn't hungry and I hadn't just eaten. That was kind of like the peaceful time where I didn't feel like I was about to throw up. I still felt nauseous, but it wasn't like right there. So with Olivia, I remember saying in one of my update videos that I was nauseous from about week 5 to week 8. And this time it didn't start, like I said, until a little bit later, to like week 6 or 7, but it lasted longer. And I probably was feeling bouts of nausea until like 13 weeks. But it wasn't as bad as with Olivia. With Olivia, I threw up almost every morning, no matter what I did. If I ate right away, I was drinking bubbly drinks and eating crackers and ginger and like candies, like hard candies, and I did like everything I could with her, and I still would throw up almost every morning. I had no control over it. This pregnancy, fingers crossed, I have not thrown up once at all. And I'm so happy about that. But I think part of that is that I just hate throwing up so much that I basically like refuse. I told my body, like, you can be as nauseous as you want to be, but I am not going to throw up, and I haven't. So that's been really, really nice, and I haven't had to struggle with like getting to the bathroom and taking care of Olivia and like her seeing me throw up and stuff like that. So there were definitely times where I was driving in the car and had like a bag, like just in case I had to like pull over and throw up, because I was really, really nauseous, like gagging on my toothbrush, like just really sick. But I haven't thrown up yet. So that is one thing that has been different from my last pregnancy. Another thing was right about the time the nausea hit, the fatigue hit me really hard, and I was just really tired. And I remember there were a few days where I just couldn't get out of bed. I was nauseous and I was tired, and my body was just trying so hard. It was just working so hard on whatever it was doing that I had no extra energy. And so it took everything that I had to get up and get Olivia breakfast and change her diaper and brush her teeth and get her dressed And there were days where we just laid in bed and we watched movies, and I really had to be gentle with myself and patient with myself, and say that, you know, that was okay, that that was just going to be a rest day for us. She was okay with that. And it's just really different now. Like with Olivia, I could just lay around when I felt that way. I could just lay in bed all day if I wanted to, if I didn't, you know, have work or anything to do. I didn't have to take care of somebody all day long. And so this time I didn't necessarily have that option, obviously. So it's different, you know, in that sense too. But I feel like because of that, because I've just been busy and taking care of Olivia, and you know, our weeks go by so fast because there's something every day, and we're planning activities, and we're getting out, and we're going to the park and the library, and to different play groups and classes and having play dates and stuff. It's been just going by much more quickly. I remember with Olivia, the weeks just kind of dragged on. It was like, okay, now I'm 9 weeks. And it took forever to get to 10 weeks. And like, I remember wanting so badly to get through my first trimester because I had so much more anxiety about being pregnant and about the possibilities of things that could happen when I was pregnant with Olivia. And this time around, I just feel way more calm and way more like zen. I remember with Olivia, every time I went to the bathroom, I would check for blood because I just was sure, I was like certain that I was going to miscarry. And this time I just don't ever feel that way. I knew from the very beginning that everything was going to be okay, and I just had this sense of peace that whatever happens is meant to happen, and I was just really okay with that. So I have much less anxiety about the pregnancy, and I don't spend as much time dwelling on what week am I in the safe zone, what percentage of miscarriages happen at this week. I wasn't nervous to tell people because I didn't feel like I had to get to a certain point before I did that. And maybe that just comes with having having done all of this. I've already been through an entire pregnancy. I've already given birth. I've already, you know, had a newborn. So I already know what all of that stuff is like. So I don't feel as nervous, I guess, about doing it again. It's just gone by really, really quickly, and I can't believe that I'm already in my second trimester, that I'm already 15 weeks pregnant. That's just crazy to me. I already have a little bit of a belly, which is like really crazy because I remember with Olivia, I didn't start showing till I was probably like 18 weeks, maybe even closer to 20, where I actually looked pregnant and not just kind of like bloated. But I feel like this past week, or even just in the past few days, my belly has finally started to like pop out. So I'll show you guys. I'm really excited to show you guys because that's like, you know, the most exciting thing about making these videos and recording this process is like seeing my body actually change. But yeah, other than the nausea and the fatigue, there hasn't been a whole lot going on. I've been having my normal doctor's appointments. We had one ultrasound at 8 weeks, and everything looked great at every doctor's appointment since then. So I had my 8-week, which was my very first one. We did an ultrasound. Then at my 12-week, we did the Doppler, so we got to hear the heartbeat. So that was really good. And then my next one is not until next week, so it's at 16 weeks. So it's once a month until I think I get closer to like my second or third trimester. I can't really exactly remember what it is, but right now I'm still going to the doctor once a month. So it's been really good. I've been enjoying having less ultrasounds. We did decline genetic testing because we just didn't feel compelled to do it. We didn't feel like it was the right choice for us and for our family. I did have to start checking for gestational diabetes, not because I'm high risk, but because my doctor, my hospital, they screen everyone around 12 weeks for gestational diabetes. But I did refuse the traditional glucose tolerance test, which is where you drink that sugar drink, and then you wait an hour, they draw your blood before you drink it, then you drink the drink, and then they draw your blood again, and they see that your body was able to metabolize it and, you know, break down the sugar and all of that, which means that you don't have gestational diabetes. I did not want to drink the sugar drink. And I guess that's, like, I did it with Olivia, but after I had Olivia, I became a doula and I started really getting into birth work and really interested in it. And so I just know a lot more about my options and just did a lot more research on everything that was being offered to me. Because at first, like with your first baby, I feel like it's much easier to just say, yeah, that's what everybody does. Of course we're going to have the ultrasounds. Of course we're going to do the testing. Of course I'm just going to, do what the doctor says because the doctor knows best and the doctor's going to recommend this and that's what everybody else is doing. But with this pregnancy, I just felt much more empowered, and I know better how to advocate for myself. And I know that if I research, if I really understand what each procedure or what each thing is, I really understand the risks and the benefits, and I'm able to kind of weigh the pros and cons. I know what the best decision is for my baby and I. And it may not necessarily be what the doctor is recommending because everyone else is doing it or because it's just, it's normal, it's hospital protocol or whatever. So that was something that I researched. I looked up the ingredients. I looked up what happens to your body. I already know how I feel after I do that. And I just have felt very conscious of my health this pregnancy. And it just wasn't the right decision for us. So instead, and this is an option for any of you, it should be an option for any of you if you are pregnant and you don't want to do the typical glucose tolerance test. Instead, I just got a blood sugar monitor. My insurance covered it completely, so they just gave it to me, and ended up taking my blood sugar 4 times a day for 1 week. I believe that's what it was. And basically I just sent the results in to the person who does the testing at my doctor's office. My doctor reviewed the results and he determined that my results were fine, that my body was doing fine, and that I wasn't at risk or wasn't showing signs of gestational diabetes. The ultrasound was great. Our next one is at 20 weeks and we probably will end up finding out the gender. I kind of want it to be a surprise, but I know Michael really wants to find out, so we probably will find out at 20 weeks. So that's going to be probably around mid-December will be that ultrasound. So we're excited. I don't know, maybe we'll announce it to everybody on Christmas or do something fun. So yeah, we don't know what we're having. We have a girl, we have Olivia, and I think we both are very used to the idea of having a girl, so having a boy is kind of foreign, but it would be really fun either way. I think, like, I have no objections to either way. I'm just going to be happy to have a healthy baby and a sibling for Olivia and just to grow our family. It's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have made it this far and to even, be able to carry another baby. I feel like every baby is just such a blessing, and I just feel like we're really lucky to have gotten here, especially because we tried for a really long time for this baby. It just feels like it took forever, but at the same time it feels like it happened at exactly the right time, and that everything has just fallen into place and it's all where it should be. So it feels really good, and it definitely feels better having a little bit of energy back, having the nausea gone. I feel like my whole spirit has just been lifted a little bit. And I'm just really excited for the holidays, for being pregnant, for sharing with the family, I love talking about it with Olivia. She knows there's a baby and the baby's going to come out, and we ask her, do you want a baby brother, baby sister? And she says, brother, sister, So, I mean, who knows, but we're really excited, and I'm excited to share this journey with you guys again. I can't believe we're doing this again. It's just crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my bump. I can't find my measuring tape for some reason, so I don't think I'm going to do measurements, but I'm just going to kind of show you guys what it looks like. I'm sure that's why you're here anyway. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them down below. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye. So here is from the side with the shirt down, the shirt up, the little belly. can from the front. I don't think you can really tell from the front yet. And that's my little 15-week pregnant belly.